Not sure exactly where it is. And here we are at Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. Another one that has been on my bucket list for a long time. There is a free parking lot on the south side of I-70, just to the left of where my camera is pointing. So it's on the opposite side of the street of the gondola base. I arrived here on a Friday at about 12:30. Had no trouble getting parking. The lot is not even halfway full. But if you do want to park closer for some reason, you can for 10 bucks, at least today. Might be more on the weekends. I went ahead and bought a 2-day ticket online yesterday. It was, well, it would have been $107, but I did the Blacklight Cave Tour add-on for $20. I figured I'm gonna do 2 days here. 127 bucks is not bad at all. I was prepared to spend $100 on one day. Now, of course, I'm arriving here 4 hours after opening, and they close at 7, and I'm probably gonna leave tomorrow around noon or 1. So combined between the 2 days, I'll basically get 1 day out of it. Even if I feel like this 1 day was more than enough, and I felt at the end that I don't need to come back tomorrow, and that I wasted that extra 25 bucks. Who cares? It's only 25 bucks. I parked right down there. We got our alpine coaster right below us. Sometimes the gondolas do stop briefly. Usually someone either needs a little extra time getting on or getting off. Defiance, the Gerstlauer Euro-Fighter, right at the edge of the hillside here. I've ridden it twice in the front, twice in the back. It is much smoother in the back row. The front row jostles you around quite a bit, and it does have over-the-shoulder restraints, so there is quite a bit of headbanging on it in the front row and a little bit in the back row. Fortunately, the padding next to your head is really soft, so it doesn't really hurt, but it is annoying. Now, the only airtime is on the drop and this final inversion right here. Now, as far as the ride itself, I would actually place this at the bottom of all the Gerstlauer Euro-Fighters that I've ridden, even below SpongeBob at Nickelodeon Universe. However, that one is in a mall. This one is at the edge of a cliff. And the views you get, looking down to the city there and looking all around, I mean, you can't beat this. So I'm not really sure where I would rank it overall. Like I said, the ride experience itself, because of the headbanging and the shakiness of it, it's probably the worst of the Gerstlauer Euro-Fighters / Infinity coasters I've ridden, but the setting definitely elevates it. This guy here, we got this guy over at Anakista in Gatlinburg, just with a different pose over there. Over 7,000 feet above sea level here. I've been at elevation for the most part, for the greater part of 2 weeks, I would say. But if you haven't, if you're coming from sea level to here, especially in 1 day, you're gonna really feel this 7,000 feet, especially going uphill or climbing stairs. That's not altitude sickness. Just simply feeling the altitude is not altitude sickness.
We need to go over
Oh no, not Coaster Studios.
using a cell phone while riding.
Oh, Sarah.
Serious safety risk to
You know better than that, Sarah.
You should never have your cell phone in your hand. Oh yeah, and have fun. And enjoy your ride down the mountain.
All right, done a couple of laps on the Alpine coaster. There is a bit of auto braking on it, but it is still an incredible ride. A lot of airtime moments on it. Incredible views, obviously. The auto braking doesn't really ruin anything because some of those turns are still really sharp and you really feel the laterals in them. Now, of course, some coaster YouTubers are going to hate this because it ends with the lift hill. Some coaster YouTubers are obsessed with hating on rides that end with the lift hill. But who cares? Lift hill at the beginning, lift hill at the end, what does it matter? What matters is what you do on the downhill portion. And here's this guy again. And here we are, Cliffhanger, the highest elevation coaster that is not a mountain coaster in the country. This is basically a hurricane model. I know of at least the one alpine coaster that's higher elevation than this, the one in Arizona. I've ridden this 5 times already, in the front and a few times in the back. There is airtime on the ride in different spots, whether you're in the front or back. The back is going to get it right here, the lateral airtime. Forceful helixes. It tracks slightly bumpy, but nothing to be concerned about at all. The front gets a good pop of airtime leading into the brake run there. And if you're sitting on the right side, you look out and you just get an amazing view looking straight down to Interstate 70. It's called Cliffhanger for a reason. We are right on the edge of the cliff, looking all the way down there. And 1 credit left to get, Wild West Express. And kitty credit complete. I'll have to look it up and see if this is a clone of the kiddie coaster at Lagoon. So, within 2 hours of being up here in the park, I've completed all 4 coaster credits. My first ride on the Alpine coaster, I ended up behind some people that were going slow. I'm not sure if it was the people in front of me that were going slow or the people in front of them, and it just cascaded. But that's all right, because with this one, you can ride it as many times as you want. It is the longest line, but this doesn't take too long. And a low capacity ride. Has a little bit of a line. I'll do it at some point. Maybe. The Crystal Tower, just did it 3 times in about 15 minutes. It is perfect floater the whole way down. And it's very unique because you're not just simply doing a regular drop tower out in the open. You're actually dropping into a cave. And if you don't want to ride, you can come in here and watch it. I wasn't sure when the drop was going to happen or what it was going to feel like, but it is completely weightless the whole way down. And it really took me by surprise on my first ride.
We got more. This was as far as Darrow got. He had all that stuff you saw. The people maybe went up the side passageways. So he paid a guy to blow things up and make that tunnel.
I could throw it pretty
on the far side of that canyon.
Actually, I don't know.
Actually, originally they called this the Grand Canyon, and then they heard about the Grand Canyon. That's a volcano fail. That's where Magma Pocket. It's a big old mountain made of different stuff than all the other rocks around it. So that one, I suppose you could take it for granted. Basalt maybe, most of the salt.
This was an incredible day here at Glenwood Caverns. Had 6 hours here. I did 3 tours. You have the 2 regular tours, and I did the blacklight tour. Did 6 rides on Defiance, 5 on Cliffhanger, 5 on the Alpine coaster, 1 on the kiddie coaster, 4 on the drop tower, and I can come back tomorrow. And of course I will, but if this was my only experience and I didn't have the second day, I would have been very happy with what I got done here today. I wasn't sure if 6 hours was going to be enough when you factor in the tours, because I know the tours can take a while. Each one is like 40-45 minutes, but I still was able to do the tours and get a lot of rides in. But I'll enjoy getting a few more rides in tomorrow. Besides, it was only like, $25 for the second day. Even if I didn't utilize it, you can look at it as a donation to the park, because this is an excellent park. I really love it here. Really, one of my favorite parks I've ever been to. Just for this aspect of it. And look at that. See, from my campsite here, or from leaving my campground, got a great view of the Screamin Swing, the regular swings, Cliffhanger, That's pretty cool. There's a healthy amount of people in line. Didn't take me long to get through though. Staring into the sun at this hour. They're sending a train out. Looks like, yep, there's people on. I did the giant swing today, and I did the side that is looking straight down at the drop off the cliff. And yes, that is one you got to do. Even if you're intimidated by it, go for it. Hey dude, close the door when you're in there. Yeah, it gets kind of ridiculous around here. 95% of the guests are in line for the alpine coaster, willing to wait an hour for that. Meanwhile, Cliffhanger can't even operate because we don't have enough riders. We might now. People started showing up for Cliffhanger. Got 7 rides. I was trying to spot my campsite from the top of the lift there. I can spot the area, but not the exact spot. I figure I might as well before I have to go. So yeah, my campsite was right down that way. There's the road that I was taking the video from. So there's the tunnel that you go through on the interstate. Not my favorite kind of ride, but I figured, why not while you're here? So yes, that's the scariest ride here. Second place would be the giant swing. Honestly, Cliffhanger's scarier than Defiance. I had a great time with my second day here. I didn't really necessarily need it, but I had the time, and why not? It's only 25 bucks extra for the second day. If you're able to do it, even if you're only gonna have 2 or 3 hours on that second day, it's worth it. They open at 9 a.m. here on Saturday, and I got 5 rides on Defiance, 7 on Cliffhanger. I did the Alpine Coaster once, did the drop tower twice, and the giant swing, and the regular swings that send you out over the edge. So combined between the 2 days, I had 9 hours on top of the mountain. 11 rides on Defiance, 12 on Cliffhanger, 6 on the Alpine Coaster, 6 on the drop tower, and a bunch of other random stuff, including the cave tours, which those are gonna take a long time. Those are like 45 minutes. And if you're here on a busy day, you're probably gonna need to line up early because they do have a maximum that they take per tour. But they do a lot of tours throughout the day. So that's it from Glenwood Caverns, and I'm heading over to Mile High Flea Market and then Lakeside.